Can you see my finger out the window, Miller?
G'day guys, and welcome back to the Gentlemen's Sim Racing Club. Today we are in the GT3s again for the Gold Split GT3 Series Championship, and this week we are at Indianapolis for a double-header sprint round, and it is blisteringly hot. It's getting up to like 45 degrees track temp, which means we're not going to have any grip out there and we can expect quite a bit of chaos. Now we're in quite an interesting spot in the championship. We're currently standing in P6 overall. I was looking at the standings and I realised P3 in the championship is only 27 points ahead, which, I mean, now that I say that out loud, it sounds like a bit of a bigger gap, but that is absolutely a gap we can close, and with a decent finish here, we can absolutely close that gap. You know, it's very possible we could be finding ourselves in P3 in the championship standings at the end of this race, and oh, that would just be absolutely unreal. Coming in the qualifying now, we set a very lovely lap. We're going to get a very, very nice minute 23.461, and that puts us in P4 on the grid for the start of the race. And oh man, what a lap. I was stoked with that. As we come into the formation lap now, we got some, you know, important people to note around us. We got Jordan Pianazzola. He's currently P3 in the championship, and he finds himself on pole, which, you know, as a mate, I'm stoked for him, but as a competitor, this is probably the worst thing we could have seen today. He's got a great chance of run away with the P3 championship position that we want, and as long as he has a decent finish, not like what happened in Le Mans, yeah, he might be keeping P3 in the championship, but you know, it's all up in the air. It's still up in the air. Right behind us in P5, we have David Kirby. He's P4 in the championship, so we'll have to try and hold him off for as long as we can. It's going to be a very exciting race, no matter what happens. Anyway, as we come closer to start now, the pace car comes in, and Pianazzola now holds the field. He's going to decide when he goes, and oh my God, he is so patient. Let me tell you, Jordan, I know you're watching this. This was unbearable just waiting here. I didn't know when you were going to go. It was just brutal. Like, he left until the absolute last minute. It might have been a second in between when he left and the lights went green. Pianazzola gets a great start. He breaks away. Gowan sneaks in line in front of Tom Hornby in his Beamer. I don't follow suit. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe I just thought I didn't have the room to sneak in, or maybe I just preferred the visibility. But, you know, regardless, we come to T1. We start fanning out a bit. Gowan's opened up the door for Dominic Caminardi, a debuting driver this week, to come down my inside. He just gives me a bit of a welcoming tap. There's no damage, but he does get the position on me, and it also allows Kirby to get in front of me. A bit of a devastating start, not exactly what I wanted, and Caminardi, he involuntarily redresses that position. He does a bit of lawn mowing for Indy, letting us get back through. At the same time, Kirby makes his move down the inside of T3 and 4. It's a bad race start, and it just keeps getting worse as my fellow Millers, he sneaks past me as well, following Kirby through the inside. That doesn't matter too much though, as he's had a bit of a rough landing coming off the curb, and he starts spinning, and oh my God, cannot believe I dodged that. I had to tap on the brakes for that, and that just turns a bad start into an even worse start as Travis Azzopardi, he comes down, passes me on the straight. He's followed by Adam Burholt and Brad Coates. As we come into the corner, he's going to make a brave lunge down the inside, and at this point I'm still in too much shock to actually do anything about it. I don't even defend it. He's just going to get the moves done on me, and yeah, wow, honestly, I'm just in proper shock. I can't believe this has all happened in just a single lap. We've already fallen all the way down the P8. And I mean, man, that's bad. That's proper bad. Now this race is about keeping it in the top 10. And top 10 is going to be especially important as it's a reverse top 10 grid for the feature race. Meaning, if we stay in the top 10, we'll get put near the front for the next race. And they'll hopefully give us another chance to redeem ourselves and get that podium that, you know, I think we might be able to take here. Coming into lap 2, it's a, you know, uneventful start to the lap, but we have Mac Cherry behind us, and as we enter the infield chicane, Coates is going to hold us up just a little bit in the braking zone. Cherry's going to get close to us, unfortunately, and he just has a little bit more talent than me coming through this little chicane bit, and he gets a monster of a run on the exit. He's got a super impressive line through here, and through this T11 kink, we're just side by side. He has me fairly cleared by the exit in the braking zone. I'm a little bit later as I can be on the outside, and oh God, I don't even want to look. I just turned into him. I've spun myself on his nose, and I feel really bad. Cherry, he does finish a sprint in P22, but man, he qualified P9. He had some serious pace. He was genuinely rapid. He definitely deserved a better result than that this week. Coming into the next few laps, the cars ahead, they are absolutely fighting one another. They're throwing all the haymakers out. These guys are just bleeding time. And so as we come onto lap 5, T7, Coates is going to go down the inside of Burhop. He makes that stick. And in the background, you can see Brown and I, we've caught up pretty well. And as we come into lap 8, Burhop in the middle of the track, not having any of it from Brown. We all get a bit checked up and through this corner. I'm definitely bloody close to smacking the back of Brown. Luckily, that's the closest we're going to get to doing that. That's a foreshadowing there.
Jacob Miller, straight into the back of Brown.
Burhop and Brown side by side through T3, T4. Brown slots it behind him as they come through the little chicane jumpy thing here. And this race is officially on. In 45-degree weather, we find ourselves on lap 8 of the 15-lap sprint race. Still car after car after car. Usually it would be settled in by now. You know, I'd be able to skip around, but we are definitely still in a fight. And I cannot stress this enough. We cannot fall out of the top 10. If we do, we're not going to be starting anywhere near the front. And our chances of having a championship standing racing race is definitely over. And with the championship leader, Daniel Piper, just behind Schmidtke, I feel pretty confident that if he overtakes us, we'll soon fall to Piper and our reverse grid hopes will be crushed. As we cross the yard of bricks for the 9th time, and oh my god, honestly, I don't even want to look again. I can't tell you what happened here. We absolutely murder poor Brown. Oh, I genuinely couldn't even tell you what happened here. And yeah, we just punted him. I felt horrible. That was a bad one. That was one of my most egregious moments in GSRC, I'm going to be honest. That was, yeah, that was bad. It just hasn't been a good race for me so far. There are 2 murders so far. We've dropped down the P10 as Piper and Schmidtke, they were able to sneak their way through during that little incident. And on the next lap, Richard King peeks down the inside. I didn't think he could do it, honestly, so I didn't defend it too hard. And, well, I mean, lesson learned. He gets alongside. He almost has been cleared, but I'm on the throttle sooner for the next corner. We're leaving each other space. We're going nicely, and I'm absolutely shitting myself. I've murdered this guy twice now, and if I kill him again, I'll probably quit the league. I'm not even joking. He makes the move stick on the exit T4. There's not really too much we can do here, but that's going to put us in the P10, and we are absolutely championship on the line here. We cannot lose a single more position or we are bones. Nathan Michael, he's behind us. He's going to understand the exact same situation, and he's going to fight me for it hard. On lap 11 now, coming out of T13, he's going to peek down the inside. That's going to get me nervous, and I go way wider than I need to. I'm just so worried about spinning or having another moment, both because I don't want to ruin my race and also because it's going to really hurt my feelings if I murder another person. And as we come into the penultimate lap now, we've confidently caught up to the pack ahead of us. They've been fighting so hard and they've let us catch up again. Nathan takes a dig down the inside of T4. Luckily, I'm able to carry just a bit more speed and I've got him cleared again, you know, rather quickly. But god damn, this sprint race format has absolutely everyone just seeing red, making every move at every chance that appears. And I mean, honestly, I'm digging it. Like, this is fun, exciting racing. Nathan, he's teasing down the inside. He's not going to try for it. There's not really too much overlap. There's never really going to happen. But he's definitely moved off the racing line just to see what will happen. Maybe he wants to try and throw me off a little. And, I mean, let me tell you, it is working. I'm shitting bricks at this point. I know the stakes. I cannot lose his position. And coming in the T12, again, he's in the middle of the track. He's trying to see what he can see. I brake just a little bit more to the right than I usually do here. I'm trying to defend the corner here. It's no real issue, and we put this lap away nicely. And here, coming into the final lap, the only thing I can be grateful here is that behind him is Paul Wood in his McLaren. Woodsy, he's going to be taking some of the attention off me and forcing Nathan to look behind him, but it's not going to matter as Nathan just gets a perfect line through T2. I'm way deep and I've got to get off the throttle here. I'm doing everything in my power to throw what's left this race away, and that pressure is on. We're bumping a bumper through T4. He's on the outside. He just doesn't get on the loud pedal as quickly as I can, and I'm able to run away down the straight. And Oh, at this point, I thought I had it. I thought this was the deal sealed for me, but unfortunately, he just gets that time back through me in the infield chicane. He is rapid. And as we come into the final little section, we are damn near bumper to bumper. Single file. This exit is a little tight as we make contact. I get a little bit unsettled, but it's no biggie. He takes a chance to hold the inside. I try and stay close on the inside, and this is a hard negotiation here. Side by side, both of us get about equal runs, and it is side by side to the finish. We make heavy contact, but we keep it together. This could go to either of us, and we are looking at the difference between pole or P11 in the next race, and it's all going to come down to this, and unfortunately, he is going to have it. He's going to get the run on me and take P9 across the line, putting me in P10, and on P10? Wait a minute, P9, P10? I thought we were battling for P10. What happens? Wow. If you go back to the final corner and follow the group ahead of us, by an absolute miracle, Matt Schmidtke is bitten and thrown into the wall on the final corner on the final lap. An absolute buzzer beater clutch for bringing us into the top 10. And oh my God, I couldn't believe this luck. I mean, look, it's absolutely shit luck for Schmidtke. I can't imagine he's going to be as stoked about it as I am, but it feels weird to celebrate his misfortune, but fuck yeah, man, that was exhilarating. I thought it was all over for me, man, and literally buzzer beater last minute, we get saved. Oh, what a finish. I was stoked with that. Tom Hornby, he wins that first sprint race and is followed by Dougie Gowans and then David Kirby to finish off the podium. Travis has a party. He raced off to 4th, and Pianazzola, he had a pretty easy, confident race coming off pole, and he was able to keep it in first until just having unfortunate contact near the final lap, and he falls down the P5. Yeah, real shame, but moving on to the second race now, and this is going to be a 25-lap race, and with that P10 finish, we get reverse gridded straight into pole position, baby. That's very nice. And, oh, man, this is the place I want to be. I get to lead the pack in the formation lap, and it's my call when we start. And I don't have to worry about overtaking anyone. I can just defend like a motherfucker, and hopefully we can bring this race home. Now, I'm just sat in my car right now. I'm crawling behind the pace car, and oh God, the pace car is slow. I can't stand it, but I mean, that's what it's there for. But I've realised the pace car comes into the pit right in the middle of T13. So I could go at any time from there, and while it would be an absolute prick of a thing for me to do, I could just stomp on the throttle like straight away and start the race while everyone's still in those corners. And I mean, that would give me a great chance to break away. It would be such of a prick of a thing to do, but you know, I come out of T13, I give it a little bit of a break just to be a bit less predictable, and then I'm straight on the throttle. And straight away, I get a gap on Nathan Michael in P2, but unlike Pianazzola, I don't have absolutely inhuman pace, and the rest of the grid doesn't stay far away from long. But I mean, yeah, man, usually the first lap is really interesting. I usually spend like 5 minutes on the first lap, but since I'm in first, there's honestly not really too much to talk about, and I'm able to skip all the way up to lap 5. We've held the front, you know, not by too much of a margin. It's been pretty close, but you know, we're still in front, and we are going to have to really work hard for this to keep it. Nathan Michael, he's definitely within striking distance of me, so I throw it down the middle, hold in that defensive line. You know, it does the trick. It keeps him and Richard King behind at bay, except joining our little line is Jordan Pianazzola, who's already caught up to us. By T4, he's already overtaken King, and he's climbing up quickly. And, oh, man, I hit the biggest eye roll of my life when I saw this guy getting closer and closer. This guy cannot let me have anything. At the very least, I can just hope that Nathan behind is able to hold him off, and Pianazzola is already around him. God damn it. All right, it's just me and Pianazzola, and god damn, this guy can't let me have even a lap of me being in the lead. If he has got anything to do about it, he's not going to let me just pretend to be in the lead and be happy for a little bit. T12, he's forcing me to hold the inside just to stop him from making a move there. That's going to put me just a little bit too deep, which is, you know, not too much of an issue because that gives me the inside for T13. I'm able to stop him from making a move there, and this straight is stressing me out. He's got the slipstream, and I know a move is going to come in the next corner. He starts flashing me. I'm assuming to say hi, so I do a little excited jiggle to say hi back. Unfortunately, it's a trick, and now that I've moved, I can't really move again in good faith, so I'm stuck barely in the middle of the track. He comes down the inside, and we're both late on the brakes. He gets to the apex first, small bit of contact on the way out, but I just can't really get the throttle down, and he pulls ahead. Unfortunately, it's just going to get even worse for me as I've been slowed down enough to let King dive down the inside of me in T4. He's going to secure that, pushing me down the P3, but whatever, it's still a podium. I'm still stoked with that, and it's not the end of the world whatsoever. Plus, if we skip ahead to lap 14, Pianazzola, he's built quite a bit of a gap on us, but more importantly, we've held on to the back of King, so we're still in contention, and if he makes a mistake, we're going to get the move on him, and that's exactly what happened. He's late on the brakes, he goes deep coming into turn 7, gets put out on the grass, and I'm seeing dollar signs here. I'm fully in opportunity mode, and I'm going to try and keep it tight so he doesn't rejoin into me. We get around him, locking P2 back in, and we are tied with our best ever finish. P1's definitely gone, there's no way we catch him now, but I know I can defend him, and by all God I will defend this position from King for the life of me. I'm able to keep him behind me, but on lap 16 coming out of turn 11, I just don't get it right. Absolute apex allergy being shown here, and as a result I'm so slow on the throttle. King sees this, he sees the opportunity, nails his exit, and he gets quite a good run on me. We are down the middle, we're keeping it defensive. King goes to the right, I stay on the left. He's absolutely hugging my rear bump on the exit here, and he's definitely got a run. I definitely should have protected the inside more here, and he's going to slot in there, pushing me out wider, and we're going to go side by side down this whole straight. He's got the inside from the next corner. We're both as late on the brakes as we can get in. Unfortunately, I just don't have him, and the door is open for Piper to get in there. He gets beside me, but I'm able to brush him off by the second corner, and I'm trying to quickly get a move done on King. I'm desperate to get back in front. I know he's quicker than me, and the only way I'm going to keep P2 is if I'm keeping him behind me, which, you know, now that I say that out loud, that sounds kind of obvious, but whatever. I'm getting impatient here, and I just know it's a matter of time before he gets away from me, and he's just not giving me any opportunities. I just don't really have a move. I kind of limp dick a peek down the inside of turn 1, but nothing really comes of it. Now, I come in this lap, and honestly, I think I'm overly cautious coming into the pit entry. This is one of the harder pit entries out there, and I knew it was hard. And for the last 3 days before this race, I knew in the back of my mind I had to spam active resets and just practice my pit entry, and I just never did it. It's not like I forgot it, I just never did it. I'm like, oh, I should do that. And then I'm sitting in the practice session before the race starts, I'm like, oh, I've never done that. It's like, oh. Anyway, it's not the end of the world. We come in, we get our fuel. I don't set a margin because it's, you know, definite 25 laps, and, you know, we're not going to worry about overtime or anything like that. Tyres could be in the question if it wasn't such a short sprint race, but they just wouldn't warm up in time, and for what feels like the first time in forever, we actually get an uneventful pit stop, except disaster strikes us. Up ahead, Travis as a party, just too aggressive on the downshift. He loses the back of his car, and he makes contact with both the Millers on the grid. We get a 4x from it, stripping us of our 0x bonus, and we receive just a little bit of front left wheel damage. You can kind of tell if you look at the steering wheel, it's just driving a little bit funny. It's not the end of the world, but you know, it's a bit of a shame, but it's not the end of the world. We're able to keep it pointed forwards, but Travis, he tries it down the inside. I hold him tight, and he just doesn't get a decent enough run on me. He backs out of it. He doesn't want to go too wide through the here, and I'm able to keep the position on him. And as we come to the end of that lap, I assume he hasn't done his pit stop yet, so, I mean, I go wide. I'm not really caring too much to defend. He makes the easy move on me, and I psych myself out just a little bit. I go a little bit too wide than I have to, but Travis, he goes too tight anyway, so he gives the run to me and puts me back in front of him as we enter lap 20 of this race. And again, like I just assume he hasn't pitted yet. So again, I've just half-heartedly put my car in the middle of the track, you know, and well, I just let him by, honestly. I'm not too concerned about defending him because I'm assuming he's just going to pit on this lap or whatever. And oh my God, let me tell you that finding out that he had already pitted, yeah, that absolutely killed me. That was not nice. But Anyway, we have our trusty old reliable Nathan Michael behind us just to give us someone to battle. We've held him off pretty well, but he's getting twitchy to make something happen. Coming into 13, he's holding it to the left quite a bit. I'm sure he's just seen me let his teammate through for free, but I will not be doing the same for him. I hold that inside line, I fend him off, but it won't matter because as we come down the start-finish line for lap 22, he has a god of a slipstream. He comes down the inside. I try and brake as late as I can, but it's just not enough. He's going to get to that apex, cover me off, and keep going on his merry way. His teammate has just come out of the pits as well, Dale Atkins, and I mean, I'm sure this wasn't intentional, but as a backmarker, he places his car right in the wrong spot, and oh my god, Jesus, I didn't see that before. God damn. Wow, he comes across so much and almost swipes me. Fuck me dead, that was terrifying to see. In turn 12, Nathan, he just goes a little bit too deep and he loses a ton of time from that mistake. I'm able to regain so much on him, and in combination with an absolutely ripper exit out of T13 and onto the straight, we're able to cross the yard of bricks one final time for the final lap, and we are bumper to bumper, and we're fighting for P9, and I absolutely want that position off him. He's holding a super defensive line, but we find an equally aggressive line where we both move over to the racing line together, and I barely don't have overlap yet as we come into the braking zone. I'll try to create it, braking as late as I can, and we're side by side on the apex and equally side by side through T2. We get a little bit of contact on the way out of it, but you know, it's all clean, it's all good. He keeps it in front of me, and Brad Coates behind. Oh, he's loving this. Our fighting has let him creep all the way back up to us, and he's just waiting for us to crash one another or open up an opportunity for him to dive in and take a free position. As we come down the back straight, I'm hoping for a move, but nothing's really available to me. And man, I got to stop doing this because it's embarrassing how often and futile I do these. But I do a little pump fake coming into turn 7, and oh man, well, the reason why I do those so much is because there was this one GR86 officials lobby where I was battling the leader on the final lap. I do a little bit of a pump fake like that, and he absolutely misses his braking marker and finds the grass, giving me the win. And oh man, I've been chasing that dopamine spike ever since, and honestly, can you even blame me? Anyway, moving back to the current day racing, we're close, but I'm just not close enough to be comfortable making a dive bomb here. He's going to keep it in front of me, and the dreams of a glorious run are put down as Coates comes down the inside. He finds a gap, we give each other space, and fortunately I just carry a lot more speed, and I'm able to bring home another P10 finish, baby. Woo! It's look, it's not exactly the podiums I was dreaming about just a few hours prior, but I mean, we didn't kill anyone.
Straight into the market, Brown!
Oh, well, you know, at least we got some good finishes and we're able to creep up the championship standings. Well, we're still in P6. Well, you know what? At least I got some good live reaction footage. Nope, I had my mic muted. Well, did I have fun? Fuck yeah. See you guys next week.